Well, Jan mentioned it. There's a big game in the Premier League this weekend. Manchester City going up against Liverpool in this one. Shaka, just looking ahead to that one. Who starts in left back for Liverpool then? Do you stick with your tried and true Andy Robertson? Can he handle midweek?
Tell you who doesn't start.
you go with that same starting 11. I think all of them have earned that right.
Can Andy handle it?
Hold on. We're not there yet. We're not. Listen. I'm talking about. Sorry, Shaq. Let's not take this out of context before other idiots do. I'm not saying Andy Robertson. I'm just saying he's not quite the player that he was, which was up here, right? So
still better than Kirkes. Still better than Kirkes.
Exactly, and that's unfortunate for young Kirkes at the moment. And listen, it'll be a huge dent to his confidence. But I said to Stevie 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were in the office. I said he's going to have to take him out the side, and Stevie said, "Well, the problem is Robertson doesn't quite look fit enough." And then he had a game where he came on against Chelsea, I think, got caught at the back post, and I went away and played in the game that I mentioned for Scotland, and struggled. And so that wasn't an easy decision for Arne Slot. But you know, you said is Andy Robertson ready? Andy Robertson's a very, very good player.
He's Scottish. He can handle it.
There's lots of bad Scottish players. The point is Andy Robertson can still do a job. Right? He can do a job defensively, and he still will get forward. I'm not suggesting he can't do this, that, and the next thing. But it's just the fact he's not the player he was. But he could easily go into a game like that and use his experience and say, do you know what? I don't need to be bombing forward unless I need to. I can just take my position off Van Dijk, make sure I'm covering, talking to people, getting some help in, all the sort of stuff that Milos Kerkez is still learning, certainly at a big club. And so for those reasons, I think absolutely Andy Robertson.
To your question, Andy Robertson has to be up for it. He has to handle it, to your term, Alexis. And let's be honest, this is going to be a test. Savinho may not be a Camavinga. I say tongue firmly in cheek. But between City's wide men and Camavinga and Doku, they have been simply outstanding. But they're both younger, they're both a little bit less experienced, and to Craig's point, maybe that's what Andy Robertson has over them. A little bit of experience, just a little bit of an older, wiser head, and allows him to match up with these two players. Now, again, before a ball was kicked, before we knew Real Madrid's lineup, you could probably ask the same question about Andy Robertson, about Bradley on the other side, and we'd have the same kind of questions about whether they could. They answered those. Now again, it's a very different test, but I don't think Slot has any choice. The one thing, as I say, that Robertson has going in his favour is that he's a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and maybe that he can use his advantage.
You're not taking Kerkez out of the frying pan and chucking him back in
against Sevilla.
Man City away.
Yeah.
You're not doing that. You know, you're not taking him out and then chucking him back in where he could get an absolute roasting, and it just goes from pillar to post. It just gets worse. You just make the problem worse. I think there'll be a classic case here for Arne Slot to just get Andy Robertson in the office and say, listen, you know, the young man's struggling, help him on the training ground. And you know, senior players well. Robertson knows the scenario, right? He knows they brought a live back in because he can't keep doing it. So Slot will be talking to him saying, look, we need to help the young man, we need to do this. But in the meantime, I just need you to do a job for me. I don't need you to be, you know, the greatest attacking left back in the planet, because I know as we get older, but I need you to come in and make that back four solid. More solidity, more continuity, more experience. And then, you know, gradually get Kerkez into the side and Robertson will get his game time. But for this game at the weekend, absolutely, unless there's a problem, Kerkez will not start this match.
Did he call Bournemouth and say, could you play with a high line so I can score 2, 3, 4, 5 goals? He's on fire, Erling. I've never seen him fitter. I have never seen him more involved in a game. I've never seen him being more a leader out on the pitch. You can say that City are too depending on him. Yes, I see that point, but it seemed that it doesn't bother him. I mean, it's not like the opposition play Manchester City and think, I wonder if this Norwegian, this blonde guy will score a goal. I'm not sure that he will be dangerous. So massive days for him. They got a big game this week. He's playing on Thursday against Estonia at home. If we win that, Norway will be at the World Cup, and then he can be calm in this game against Liverpool, not getting injured. Please look after yourself, and it's a big, big week for Erling Haaland.
Well, Jan, give us a prediction.
For what?
For this game. Don't say anything yet because you're on the show with me tomorrow and we have a full preview on this. So
Hey, trust me, I wasn't going to say a word.
Oh, okay, good. Jan, what's your prediction?
My prediction is 2-2.
2-2.
I think it's
I
going to be
was just going to ask him
goals.
a relevant question there before you went and nose first with your prediction. Right. Do you think, Jan, that Man City and Pep Guardiola in particular has had a little bit of a sea change in how they approach the game to get Haaland more involved, more balls into the box, more bodies around him, more service? Do you think there's been a mentality saying, look, he's our biggest asset,